Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. I decided to wear my witch hat tonight, so I actually look like my channel art. I actually look like my channel art right now. I made this hat, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago. I saw something online and I was like, I wonder if I can make a witch hat. So I got the dimensions and worked it out and made the hat out of felt. And so it's actually a felt hat. And I have, see if you can see this. This is a cinnamon ornament attached to it. So, yeah, this was the witch's hat that I've made for myself. And I'm tempted around the month of December, like doing this for a Witchy Wednesday with you guys. What do you think of that? I think it would be kind of cool to make a witch hat with everybody. Oh, Ace, hello. Hey, Cindy, what's up? Lydia, how are you? Zarabeth. Yeah, I look like my channel art. You just look at my little icon. It's a witch with glasses and green hair. So, Cindy, when you drew the art, this is what you were imagining. All right, you guys all want to make hats. All right, that's cool. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. They were super easy. I don't sew. I can't sew very well. I can do it. I just don't do it well. But I was able to do this pretty easily. So I'll get that together so that way you guys have a list of things you need beforehand. What's up? Yep, want to make hats. And for whenever it starts, I'd love a reading, please. Oh, okay. Yes. Hat crafts. May I please have a reading? Yes. Oh, that's right. Sunday. I see you on Sunday, Sin. I get Sin on Sunday. Okay. That was not a funny pun, but in my head, it was freaking hysterical, okay? Oh, all right. Ace, I can't give you a reading. I'm sorry. I'll have to deny you on this one tonight, okay? As long as you're in my class, I can't do that, all right? I could, but I'm not gonna, all right? It's just my own little ethical thing. Wait, what's going on? Hey, Amanda, what's up? What's up? How are you? Ace, you know I love you to death, though. Absolutely. Okay. All right, we're going to try something tonight. Something told me to pull them. I don't know if it's going to work, okay? But I got the Sandman deck back out. I don't know what it's going to do. It may or may not go dead in my hands again. But I was told to give it a try. So I'm going to give it a try. All right. Ooh, hold on. I got like a really sharp pain in the side of my head all of a sudden. Give me one moment. Make sure there's no like pins in here that I'm not aware of. My hair looks lovely, right? Let's put in that hat. No. All right. Nope. No pins in the side of it. Just my head being my head. There we go. Hey, Danielle, what's up? You just got home, Amanda? Oh, my goodness. That's a long day for you, isn't it? You all saying hi. Aw, thanks, Ace. Sometimes my hair is just what it's gonna be. I learned once it went curly, because I didn't always have curly hair. I had bored straight hair until I got pregnant with my son. And then once I had my son, my hair, as you can see, became this really, really kinky curly. Funny enough, though, I will say this is one of the first things I ever manifested for myself. Honestly, first thing I've ever manifested for myself. Because when I was little, I thought my mom was the most beautiful woman in the world. I still think she's one of the most beautiful women in the world, right? Saw my mom, and my mom had this wild curly hair that just like, I remember the wind blowing through her hair as, we were driving down the road and the window was down, like her, it just, oh, my mom had gorgeous hair. And so as I was growing up, I was like, I'd really like to have my mom's hair. I'd really like to have my mom's hair. I wish I had my mom's hair. And now I have my mom's hair, except for mine's green. So, ah ha ha. That's the funny first thing ever manifested for myself. All right. I believe Lydia said she wanted a reading, and then Zarabeth. Hold on. I'm gonna go back up and see who came in to chat when. All right. Lydia, Angela, Cindy. It was Ace, and then Zarabeth. So that's the order I'm gonna go in right now. Lydia, Angela, Cindy, Zarabeth, and then Amanda and Danielle. Does that sound right? I hope so. Let's see. Absolutely, Danielle. Absolutely. We're going to see if these will talk to me tonight. Before I read one of y'all, I'm going to ask it a question that I already know. I already know the answer to. All right. Do I have... I'm not going to ask a do I have yes or no. That's not what tarot is about. I'm going to ask... he wants to say something about you guys. All right. Let's see what it has to say about you guys. You guys have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. I wonder what it's trying to imply about you all. This is the Sandman deck. And yes, normally it won't talk to me at all. So if this isn't something that resonates with us as a community, we're going to be like, it's not talking. Okay. All right. Seven of Swords. Again, we see body parts through holes as if from behind a mask of some kind. 2 eyes and a mouth, and even more than 5. However, they do not go together in any order, though they probably come from the same face. When we look again, we see that the top eye at least looks at us from a hole in a complete face. The face is blurred and is hard to make out, the sense of the card of the whole self being vague and unformed. Only parts of ourselves, our lives, manage to become clearly defined. These parts are isolated from each other. They do not match up. Okay, Sandman's talking. Does that make sense to me for you guys? Like, we are parts of a whole, but we don't match up. We're in different places in our lives, and we're only getting glimpses of each other's lives. We're not getting a whole part. Man, I'm wondering what the deck has to say. If it's coming out like that, all right. Lydia, you're first. All right. Lydia, let's see what the cards have to say for you. You are nervous. You are so nervous after that. You are so nervous, kiddo. The King of Swords. The King of Swords is what you have right now. I went straight to the King of Wands, and now we are at Hold on. Something fishy happened with the book. Okay. It's not where I thought it would be. King of Swords. The lines around the king's face resemble those of a knight, but here, instead of crossing over the figure, they form a scaffolding frame around him. We do not see any focal points or center for the lines, as if the world of the king is bigger than we can visualize. He is the master of intellect and of laws. Traditionally, the King of Swords may be a judge. The lines, however, imply that any law here are the laws of the mind, of abstract geometric thought, maybe the inner laws of creation, and yet the eyes have a skewed look to them, as if he sees everything through his arbitrary own point of view. One eye is half closed, distorting his vision. At first glance, the sword appears the sword appears to bisect the face and card the way the queen's sword did. You know this. You know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. The things that you've been saying to yourself, those things only exist in your head. This is the thoughts that you are hearing. When we pulled the King of Swords, swords for me are always decisions, always decisions, always the way that our brain makes choices and what our brain may or may not say to us. And for me, what this card is saying after reading those words is that there are two lines that feed into your own self-thought. One is a female line, one is a male line. There are male and female that have fed into this negative self-thought. That's their voices you hear in your head. But it's not true. None of the things that you think are true. They're not true. They're valid feelings, but the world around you sees you in a very different light. The world around you sees nothing but light. Got it? That's it. Hey, Lori, what's up? What is up? All right. Lydia, are you still there? All right. Next, I believe we had Angela. Angela, let's see if we can get you a card. Angela, you've got the Ace of Cups. You got some good news this week then. That's what that means. This means that either you've already gotten the good news or you're going to get some good news, but like something that you've been hoping for is happening, right? And it's going to leave you happy. So that's what this card is. I don't even have to look at the words. I know what that is. Got it? Oh, Lydia, I'm glad that it's relief. I'm glad that it's kind of like just, you know? All right. So, Angela, you got some good news coming. Cindy, I think you were next. Yes. Cindy and then Zarabeth. I keep looking up and seeing my hat in the video frame, and I'm just like, it is kind of cute. Okay. Why don't I wear this more often? Probably because it's socially unacceptable. And I have decided that I no longer care whether it's socially acceptable to wear anything. I'm going to wear this hat out. Next time I get a chance, it's not too hot. That's probably the real reason I haven't worn the hat out. It's too hot in Florida. Uh, oh, Angela, that's great news. That is great news. So you did get good news. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Cindy, it's your turn. Oh, that was weird. That was an interesting feeling. Like right through here, I've got like not chills, but like tingles through my head. Um, that was interesting. You got the devil. You got the devil, by the way. What stood out to me, though, for this card is that there's like the mouth is blurred. And that's something that I'm going to like go ahead and talk about is the fact that the mouth is blurred for you. Like, there's, you can't say everything. You can see the mouth, right? But you can't see all of the mouth. So it's like your voice is obstructed. There, you can't say everything. And then the other thing that I'm going to talk about for this card is that there's a chain attached to the arm, and the chain is like holding down the arm. That's what I see. Like you're chained down. Let me see what the devil has to say. That's a funny way of saying that, isn't it? What does the devil have to say? If I was, in the 1600s, man, that sentence right there would have gotten me. All right. The devil, Lucifer from Sandman. People who know the traditional tarot devil will recognize the horned face and even the chains in this picture. The beach chair, however, might strike them as odd. There is a beach chair in this picture. The image comes from the Sandman. In one of the stories, Lucifer, the Lord of Hell, decides to get revenge on Morpheus for an old slight. In most comics, this might launch a massive battle. Here, however, Lucifer has come to understand that hell is above all slavery, and even though he himself rules over hordes of demons and sufferers, the position itself has enslaved him as much as anyone else. And so he simply leaves. And for his last official act, he sends the keys to hell to Morpheus. In many tarot decks, the Hierophant holds the keys to the kingdom of the heaven, putting the Dream Lord in charge of the underworld. At the end of the story, Lucifer is last seen sitting on the beach in Australia, enjoying the sunset. And so we see in this card a beach chair alongside its discarded chains. I'm just thinking of like there's a bunch of words. Sometimes the way this works is like I'll get the words from the book and then all of a sudden I'm flooded with more words and I don't know how to put them together logically for somebody to understand. So hold on a minute because you're getting a flood of words. Okay. So, you're held down, you're like chained, but you're chained for like a creative purpose. All right? You're chained for a creative purpose. You figure out on your own terms what to do with those chains and how to remove them. You don't ever have anybody come in and save you from those chains. It is you just figure out how to discard them. Like they're not yours, and you do your own thing. Okay? So it's not like, okay. Again, see, the thing is like I'll get going with what I'm saying, and your message gets overly excited. And then it runs through the words, and I can't get them out. Your message is so excited right now. Okay. This is what you need to know about what's coming up. What's coming up is a very exciting moment for you, very exciting moment in your life. And it's going to have your creative talents in utilization. You are still chained to an idea. However, your chains are able to come off in a way that you've chosen, okay? Your chains come off in a way that you've chosen. Understand, though, these actions will be viewed not always positive. You need to see how someone is going to look at this in a negative light, and you need to prepare for those statements ahead of time. Okay. Yeah. That was your message entirely. I have no clue. What does it mean by chains? Because, like I said, part of me wants to say creative chains, but I don't know. Like in my head, I see paint, but I see void. Like I see blackness. Not like when you close your eyes and you see all the little lights and everything. No, I see like just void. Okay. All right. So now we got Sin. Now it's Zarabeth. Zarabeth's like, I don't know if I want those cards. I think maybe that's it, Cindy. That could be very well it, that you're restricting yourself. I know that we've had that conversation last week, where your cards last week were saying there was lateral movements happening. So I don't know. It feels like those are coinciding with those cards as well. This whole, that's why I want to say creative thing, but it just, I don't know. It feels different. There's a void, there's a darkness. So yeah, conceptualizing that could be the void. All right, Zarabeth. Zarabeth, let's get you a card. The Queen of Cups. It's an interesting visual. And that's what I think I'm getting from these Sandman cards, is that there's a lot of visual that I need to be paying attention to in order to pick up the meaning. I think that's why they went dead in my hands last time, is because I was an over reliance of the words. Whereas this has a lot of visual. In this, the queen's face is kind of obstructed with different shapes and what looks like tears, but the tears look like diamonds, and they're kind of flowing from her mouth. I'll show you what it looks like. That's your card. Diamonds, normally people take them as meaning some type of riches, and I'm not feeling that right now. I'm feeling that, but it's not like this isn't material. This is riches, like enriching, like things that make you happy, things that bring you joy, right? That you're weeping for some of those things while you're also in, like spouting them, like what, like this whole regurgitation type thing is what I'm getting. And it's like there are joyful things that you are just doing because it's what you've always done, but it almost doesn't feel pleasant anymore. That's what I'm getting. This, like, some of this doesn't feel pleasant anymore. Let's see what your words have to say though, because the imagery I'm getting is just, I don't know. The Queen of Cups is water of water. This makes her most realized of all the Cups cards, and also of all the queens. She is a queen of mystery and imagination. She is the initiate and the teacher, mistress of secrets and divination. That's where I'm getting that you you were enjoying it, but it's an automated enjoyment. There's like, it's a both thing, right? She rules feeling and love. She looks like a carnival tarot reader, or maybe like a sort of tarot reader we see in Hollywood movies. Someone who is always more than she seems, who knows more than she tells. She appears jeweled with suggestion of pearls and even a ring through her nose. She wears a veil, like a traditional high priestess, but also like other Hollywood archetypes, the Arabian Nights princess. The veil gives her face a gauzy distance, the sense of another world. She seems to live in a world of mystery and of more mundane world at the same time. The cup before her is the cup of dreams, or spiritual mystery and imagination. Got it. Got it. Okay. She seems to offer it to us, and we can imagine her telling us to drink from our own at our risk. You have started going through yet another spiritual awakening. You've had one before, didn't know what it was, kind of. Um, you recognize it now, but when you were going through it at the time, you're like, I don't know what this is. You're about to go through another one of those. And that's why some of these things, like, they're happy, but they've got this weird feeling to it. It's like they're distant from you, they're no longer yours. It's like watching it. This is all because you're starting to see the world at a different way again. You're starting through another spiritual awakening. And we know that those are painful. Those are part of growing, though. And this card is kind of telling you, you've been noticing it and wondering what's going on, what's off. And it's not what's off, it's congratulations, you're about to hit another level of your life. That kind of thing. I hope that made sense. Hey, Amy, what's up? What is up? I get to have you in my tarot card reading this time. And we're doing Sandman. Oh my goodness, Amy. These cards are something else. So Zarabeth, that's why you're off. That's exactly why you've been off. It's because you're about to go through this other spiritual awakening. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Those things, though, every time you go through one, it's like, I know I need to go through this, and I know that that's a healthy thing for me spiritually. But man, does it just feel weird or painful while you go through it. It's like, oh, I hate this. But then at the end, you're like, thank you. All right. So we've got Zarabeth, and then I believe it was Amanda and Danielle. Amy, would you like a reading as well? Yep, exhilarating, exhausting. Yeah, that's like the card was saying. It was like both. Everything is both. All right, Amy. All right, let's get I believe it was Amanda. Amanda, you got the Eight of Cups. The imagery is kind of weird on this. I see an E, though, that I didn't see at first. And I see 5-5. I don't know what 5-5 means to you. I see 5-5. Life's a blur right now. Like this is what I'm getting from this image. You are, it's not that you're going through the motions. It's not that, like, you're trying to participate in things. It's just like everything's just going by so fast. Like, you start the week off and you're like, I'm going to enjoy this day. And then the next thing you know, it's Saturday and you didn't enjoy the week at all. But you were trying to. It's just that everything goes by so fast. So fast. Let's see what your words have to say. The Eight of Cups. I want to know what the words have to say about your cup card there. Here again, we see a complex picture. Most of the cup appears blurred or even physically distorted. The only one we can see clearly is ringed but what looks like copper wire, or maybe the kind of energy tracks made by elementary particles and high-speed accelerators. The cup in the top half of the card appears splashed by water or maybe golden light. The effect is that of stability and movement at the same time. Okay. The traditional meaning for this card speak of leaving things behind, abandoned success. As the Golden Dawn called it, Pamela Smith's writer version showed a man turning his back on 8 cups, standing neatly together. The man walks uphill, literally going on the higher things. Here we do not see anyone actually leaving the cups, but we do get the quality of energy and change. So this makes sense for what I was saying at first. Really, what this is saying is that you've got just, you're wanting to enjoy something, and then next thing you know, the moment is gone. So you've, like the card says, you've turned your back on it. You turned your head and looked another way. So what this card is really wanting you to do is, you can't pause all the time. The way that life, see, I'm getting sped up in my speech. The way that life is going right now is that there aren't enough moments in the day. I feel frustrated for some reason. I feel very frustrated right now. There's not enough moments in the day. You've got to choose one moment, though. You've got to choose one moment and make it 2 moments. There's something you need to see. And if you don't take that moment to make it 2, you're going to miss a very important sign. Okay? So make sure that when something catches your eye, look at it. Focus on it. What does it mean? Don't let anything get your focus away from it. There's something there. Just focus on it. Okay? All right. Danielle. I think everybody's like, I don't want those cards anymore. Those aren't nice cards. I don't like those cards. These cards are about as blunt as my Rider-Waite deck. Amanda, you're like, there's a huge change coming. Okay? So I can understand that. I can understand why your cards are feeling this way, because there's just moment, right? Zarabeth, you like these cards. They're intense. They are pretty intense, man. Whew. All right. Yes, there's lots of like reflection going on in these cards. Like a lot of like sit there and I don't know. It's very interesting. Danielle, I feel like I have to take a breath before yours for some reason. Is this the first time you've gotten to like sit today? Like it just feels like this is the moment where you're like, okay. That's what I feel. And every parent out there knows exactly what I'm talking about with that moment, okay? Every parent. No, okay. You want over here. Okay. The Knight of Cups. Interesting. Interesting card. Okay, so I can see the knight, which is interesting. If you It's almost like one of those 90s squint at it long enough and you'll see the dots will make something. Yeah. It's kind of like that. I see the horse. The knight's face is right up here. There's the knight's face. And it's like, I don't know, I'm picking up on wind. The cups are falling. Like, this is what I feel. Like the knight was trying to keep the cups together. And now everything's falling. A big gust of wind has come through and everything has fallen. So let's see what the Knight of Cups has to say. Knight of Cups. Here the cups are clearly visible compared to the hidden cups of the page or the partially concealed cups of the king. In both of these, the cup becomes part of the body. The queen holds hers like a chalice, only the knight does not actually touch the three cups that appear in the picture. These cups are taken from a detail of 9 of Cups. Their position here gives them a quality of single cup falling in slow motion, though they also look like the hour marks of a clock face. I didn't see that. The idea of falling invokes the difficulty of knights' actions using water energy in any productive way. The armored knight, heroic warrior that he is, does not mix very well with water, whose basic nature is to yield and transform rather than resist. The Knight of Cups may feel a contradiction between his own dreaminess and the demands of the place of the world. I know where this is. Like a rock thrown in a still pool action, even the need for action can disturb water's placid surface. The figure and the water around it are not just dissolving like the page, they are breaking up and splattering. Okay. So, how do I, again, there's a lot of words. There are things that you've held together, right? These are emotional cups that you have filled and you have held together, right? And life is changing. Life is changing. And so the cups are becoming a little more uneven and they're starting to spill and they're starting to fall. And there are things that you added to the cups and then there was things that you took away. And those things that you've added and taken away have added to this imbalance. Okay. The fear of all of these falling, though, comes from the lack of not thinking of yourself. There's a fear of all these cups just falling to the ground and emotionally not knowing what to do with yourself. What do I do with myself? There's that question. And it seems like you ask that question quite often is, what am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with myself? And you haven't allowed yourself to think of that. You haven't allowed yourself to build that into these cups, right? That could have been a base and you didn't build it into your base. So now you're trying to slip it in, and of course, the things are going to fall. Let them fall. Let them fall. This is part of life. Let them fall, right? If you want to build something over the top of them, build something over the top of them. This is a time to think about you. What do you want to do? What is your long term? What is something that brings only you joy? Only Danielle. That's what we need to find. What only brings Danielle joy? And work on it. You deserve to be you, separate from everybody else in your life. You deserve to be you. Okay? So that's it. So that makes sense. I think Sarah Beth thinks that makes sense too. Yep. That's where you are with it right now. So much sense. Okay, good. Good. All right. Now, I believe it's Amy. So, Amy, I get to read your card. I'm so excited. A good friend of mine. Her and I were learning to be teachers together. We were working at the same place, and both of us were studying to become a teacher. She's the smarter one and got out of it. So much smarter. Okay. Amy, let's see if I can get you a card. By the way, I love, 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 love your acrylic pours. They are perfection. They are really perfection. I've tried acrylic pours a couple of times and it just doesn't ever come out right. So is that, hey Amani, how are you? What's the vibe? The vibe is all witchy. No. All right. Oh, I definitely need to see the skeleton. I definitely need to see the skeleton. All right, Amy. Oh, you got the sun. You got the sun. It's an interesting. Okay, so obviously this is the Sandman deck, so all of the imagery is kind of interesting, right? But you have like a cherub baby kind of wrapped in red, like a red blanket. And I'm just now seeing he's flying on what looks like a hyena. I swear to you. Like he looks like he's flying on a hyena. And I don't know. I don't know. I am not understanding the imagery of that one. I do see that the baby has got like this unabashed joy upon its face. Like it's finally enjoying a moment, right? The hyena makes me think of laughter. Like there's been a lot of laughter in your life lately. And it's a laughter that, again, all the words, it's a laughter that kind of is on your own terms. That's it. Like everything about that card is just like on my own terms. This is it. This is who I am. Now that red color though is sticking for a different purpose, and I'm not entirely sure. It's like something I see is red. Um so I don't know if that's like a future art piece that you're thinking of doing. I don't know if it's something currently in your room that's red, but there's something that's red that brings you joy. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like red. And not angry red, right? I'm just seeing red. So we're going to see what your words have to say. Let's see what your words have to say. After the strangeness of the moon, the sun returns us simplicity. Sometimes we can go through a very difficult night when all of our fears rise up in us, but when the sun comes up, everything seems all right again. The day shines bright and cheerful. We have passed through whatever crisis we have had to face, and we feel joyously confident. Our human, rational selves have returned, and we have put aside all those weird animal howlings from the night before. All at the same time, we do not go back to who we were before the upheaval began. We have emerged and stripped ourselves of defenses, of our postures, all the layers we have built up against the world. For this reason, the sun virtually always shows children. Older versions show a boy and a girl holding hands in a walled garden. The famous Rider Deck depicted a single androgynous baby riding out riding out of a garden on a horse. The child here is an image of pure joy. Pure joy. A map of the medieval cosmos with the sun radiating from the center fills the air above the child's head. Okay. Your words. I got them. Like I said, you are at a point in your life where you get to determine what brings you joy and what does not. And those words are like, you've been through it. You've been through hell and back, right? But you're at a point in your life that, yes, those were dark times. And yes, that happened. And yes, they were sad. But I don't have to be sad over it forever. And I don't have to be angry forever for it. I am what I am. And this is what makes me happy. And I will choose the joy that I want in my life, and I will choose what things I don't want in my life. But it's an unabashed freedom right now. It's this, I am who I am, and you're owning it. You are standing in the full power of it all. This is who I am, and people can get over it. That's what I read in your cards, Amy. Yep, exactly. 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 So, hold on. Okay. I had to deal with some things. Hold on. All right. I'll make sure it's taken care of. Okay. We got it. We got it. So that's what your cards reveal, Amy. You are done taking anybody else's crap or deciding what your happiness is based on somebody else's point of view. You are what you are. Oh, hey, Alicia. How are you? How are you? Good to have you here. Yeah, take it or leave it. And the reason why you're getting this card, though, right now is it feels like you were questioning some things. And you just needed reassurance that what you're doing is what you should be doing for you. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We are now at getting to the end of my reading. So I had Imani come in, and I don't know if Imani wants a reading. Imani, if you're still here, let me know if you want a reading. And well, Amy, now you know not to question yourself. If Imani doesn't want a reading, Alicia, if you want me to read you your card, I can. Um, would you like a reading as well? Yes. Okay. And Imani, I think you left. If you didn't leave and you're watching this later, leave me a comment and send me a message on YouTube, and I will send you a reading for a card, okay? All right. Alicia. Alicia, it seems like there's things in the background. Like I hear noise and you're trying like you're focusing. I don't know. I thought YouTube had messages. If it doesn't, leave me a comment. I'll reply and send you my Gmail for this account so that you can send me an email. All right, Alicia, I can't show you the card because it has partial nudity because it's Sandman. But it is temperance, balance, right? It is balance. What I am picking up off of this card, though, so she's like wrapped in string. She's wrapped in string, but there are these blades cutting through her that are kind of like releasing her from this string. There's no pain on the face. It's a very blank face. It's just a kind of a vacant stare. So I'm getting your words. Hold on. Okay. In your life, you've been wrapped in beliefs. All your life, wrapped, wrapped, wrapped. Society has told you what to think of yourself. Society has told you what to think of others. And you've just wrapped these beliefs, right? Well, you're starting to cut those strings. You're starting to unwrap yourself and you're starting to um, be exposed to the air, so to speak. Okay, so being exposed to the world, right? The blank stare is that of absorption. You are bringing all this new information in. You are soaking it in, but you're also not wanting to show any emotion for it. There's information I feel like that you are absorbing that for those around you, it would be, you shouldn't be listening to that, or I wouldn't mess with that. That's what I feel. I feel like there's some things still being kind of controlled and hidden. So even though you are open and aware to the world, there are things that you're like this with. And so it's this blank stare of I'm absorbing it, but I'm also not letting you know that I'm absorbing it. Does that make sense? Um, she has her hands up like this, right? In the picture, her hands are up like this. And it doesn't seem like a frustration type of thing. it feels like a power thing. Like He-Man's "I have the power," you know that thing? Um, that's what it feels like. It feels like, yeah, this is a time of growth and power fulfillment, right? You are taking it all in. That's all I keep saying is you keep taking it all in, but you can't show it. Like there's just things you can't show, but you are absorbing all of that energy in. It's your own negative self-talk. But this feels more like, I'm gonna say, Alicia, this feels more like a um not a perceptional thing. This feels like a physical thing. So like there's a reason for the anxiety and it has to do with hidden things. Like again, there's you're taking in this information and you're understanding this about yourself, but you're still having to hide something, and that's amping up this anxiety that you're feeling. Ah, okay. And with you not expressing that, it kind of it it amps your anxiety because you're not able to talk it out in your head. Those of us that have anxiety, and I've had to explain this to my husband before, is with my anxiety, if I don't talk it out, if I don't say what's worrying me or what is on my mind, and I don't get the logical feedback out loud, my head will start going into a loop and I will think the worst things. It's absolutely hideous. Um, but it'll start in these loops if I'm not speaking it. So that's kind of what this feels like now, is that you're not speaking it. And because you're not speaking it, it's causing this deadpan, you know? So, whoo, goodness, you've got your hands full. You've got your hands full. Absolutely. Lori, you okay? Send me a message, Lori. Alicia, I'm going to pull one more card for you because that's what, and I'm not pulling one of these. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. There's some general thing that you need to know right now. That's your message. There's a general thing. Like now you've recognized, this is going to come off wrong, and I'm not trying to, but it was almost like there was skepticism. And now that the skepticism's kind of been removed, you're like, okay, now you're ready to hear this. So you were supposed to be here. Illumination. You got the candle. Illumination. So illumination is knowledge, like being able to get knowledge. Um I'm trying to figure out if you need the knowledge or someone else needs the knowledge. Like, do you need to illuminate a situation? Yep, you were supposed to be here. Ah. That's why the little ones keep getting in my mind. I was like, oh, they just keep coming up because she said something about them. But now I think I understand this now. Um they don't understand. They don't understand. The illumination is for them. Once they understand, things will get better. But that makes sense now. I'm gonna look and see what your words have to say. The candle throws light onto a situation. It is your way in the dark. Is there a situation or topic that has been hiding away? The candle card is asking you to look at something you might have been avoiding and bring it into the light. Things that you've been bottling up, you've got to talk about. Because that other half of yours will be able to help you with the little three ones for their understanding. That's what's going to happen. That's why you've got knowledge and everything's working out this way. Got it. You've got to talk to your other half, let them know how you're feeling, because talking to your other half will allow them to talk to the children, and then the children will have illumination on the situation as well. So there's something that he needs to tell them, but you have to tell him in order for him to tell them. If that makes any sense whatsoever for you. But that's how this works, is that you've got to talk to your other half, and then your other half needs to talk to the kids. And I am a feminist, so that's not something I would normally tell you to do, all right? I would tell you, girl, you handle it. But no, you're not gonna, at this time, he needs to say something very specific. There's a very specific thing that has to come out. And that's from his side. You have a great night, Amy. You have a great night. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. All right, my lovelies. It is time. We are at 8 o'clock, and it's time for my beauty sleep. I get up at like 3 a.m. every single morning. Every single morning. Even on the weekends. Get up at 3. So that means I go to bed early. So I'm going to be heading to bed soon after I wash my face and we'll brush my teeth. Let's pull a card, though. Let's pull a guiding card. I am not going to pull a guiding card through Sandman. Actually, I think I'm going to pull an oracle card. Because we have been through the emotional ringer with Sandman tonight. Woo! Woo! I'm surprised, though. Sandman normally doesn't talk to me. So, it was very interesting. Merry part to you as well, Alicia. Merry part. All right, let's see what your guiding card is. The general guiding card for this week. Happiness. Happiness. We got citrine. We got happiness. So let's read happiness. What are they talking about? What kind of happiness? Am I talking about... Hold on. Where is it? There we go. Carnelian, smoky quartz. No, I want citrine. There we go. Citrine holds the life force of the sun. It is its golden hue. It is energizing, purifying, and acts as a powerful attractant. Citrine is often seen as a powerful stone of manifestation because of the pull of its energy. Citrine is all about pure joy. Success comes in so many forms, and now is the time to take stock of all that you have and focus on positively attracting your desires into your life through joy and grace. Bring the energy of citrine into your life to enhance your abundance and success. So in other words, be thankful for what you got this week. Be thankful. Every time something happens, give thanks for it. Giving thanks for it and recognizing all those little things that happen, yes, sometimes they're really little. Like I saw a squirrel and it made me smile, right? But saying I saw a squirrel that made me smile, you smile again thinking about it, and it brings a second round of happiness to you. So be thankful for all those little things. All those little things will add up, and you'll see that you've had a pretty happy day, right? Something that I've had to tell myself over and over again. I need to be thankful for all the things that I do have. And I have a lot. Might not have a lot of material things, but I didn't need those things. I have a lot of friends, and I have a lot of confidence in myself now, and I have guiding spirits that love to talk. All right. So, my lovelies, be happy, be safe. All right. And tomorrow, for Witchy Wednesday, we're doing Thorf cake. Thorf cake. I love just saying the word Thorf. I'm sorry. We are going to do Tharf cake fortune telling. So get yourself a little Debbie cake and meet me here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. All right. I will see you guys. Look, my mouse is way over here. I got to. Hi. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, my lovelies.